Hello everybody, welcome to another studio vlog. This one is starting kind of where the last one ended. I didn't realize until I started editing this one that I left y'all on a little cliffhanger. I don't know if anybody got to the end of my last studio vlog, but it ended with me putting citrus strip on this painting. And now we're starting this one with me taking the citrus strip off. I had kind of like talked through this whole process, and at first I was starting to edit it so that it wasn't just one big time lapse, the voiceover on top, and then I realized, wow, it would be a lot easier if I just did a voiceover. So yeah, the citrus strip worked okay. I don't totally love how it turned out, and on the smaller, there were places where it had dried, like on the smaller hearts. The big heart I think turned out pretty cool, but the rest of them, it was a struggle to get off. At one point, I took the whole thing outside and sprayed it with a hose to try and help. Yeah, so but that didn't really help. I think next time I do this, I kind of have an idea of maybe watering down the citrus strip so that it doesn't dry out so quickly. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this painting now. I feel like it's not done yet, but I don't know what else to do with it, so we'll just see. But yeah, welcome to the studio vlog. I do a lot of other cool things in this video, so yeah. Woo.
All right, hello. I'm gonna be working on a sewing project today. It's Sunday, and yeah, pretty much it. Got my coffee. What I'm gonna be making is some baskets for my kitchen. I've wanted to have baskets so that I can organize, like, my idea is I will have a basket for clean towels to be used and then a basket for dirty towels. And to make the basket, I'm going to use an old bag of rice. It's like a pretty sturdy fabric, and I think it'll work quite well. I think it's basically going to end up like this-ish. Yeah, okay. Kind of like, it's going to be like this. Like, this is going to be the length and height. Unsure what the width's going to be. We'll see. I'm also unsure if I want to keep the sides or not. No, I guess I will. Yeah. Okay. First things first, we're going to cut it out. Oh, also I have this fabric that I'm going to use for the lining. I just picked it because it's dark. And then I think I'm also going to use some interfacing and kind of quilt it with the lining, the inside fabric, so that it's even more sturdy and able to hold things and not like bend. But yeah, first things first, we are going to cut out the bag and get to work.
it's VoiceOver Alley now, and I thought I would explain to you what I am doing here. At this point, I have sewn up the sides of each of the bags and the lining, and now I'm adding boxed corners, I think is what it's called. I have thought about how to explain how to do this, and I have no idea. I used a cardboard template, and I just kind of know how to do this. I've watched a few tutorials in the past, but this time I kind of just wing it. I will leave a link to a tutorial in the description on how to do like boxed corners, but it's basically you like fold it so the seam is in the middle, not like on the edge, and it kind of forms a triangle, and then you draw or make some sort of mark across the triangle, and then sew there, and it creates like a boxed bottom. As you can tell, I have no idea how to explain how to do this. So yeah, I will leave a link in the description, but that's what I'm doing now. Working with the rice bag was interesting. You probably saw earlier I tried to iron it because it's very wrinkly, and obviously this bag is just plastic, so it melted. Luckily it didn't like poke a hole or anything. It just kind of got a little weird. I did straighten out some of the wrinkles by ironing with like a piece of fabric on top, and that worked fairly well. This was one of those projects where I just wanted to be quick and easy about it, so I just didn't iron it. But yeah, I'll have like photos and videos of the end product, and I think it turned out pretty well. I'm quite happy with it. There was one where I folded over for the top hem. There's one part where I messed up where the lining, it didn't get caught in the thread, and so it's just kind of whatever, but it still works functionally and is in my kitchen and holds our towels, and it works perfectly for that. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. Cool.
Good morning. It is Monday. I'm about to get started on work. I think first thing, I have a Poshmark order to ship, and then second, I think my art studio is in desperate need of like a 30-minute tidy up. So I think that's a good way to start our week. I have some exciting projects for this week, or projects that I'm excited about. Hopefully they're exciting to others as well. First, I am going to make a present for my sister. I was going to do this one thing, but she has requested something else, and so that's going to be the main focus because she specifically asked for it. So yeah, I think today's plan is to do the stuff I need to do in the morning and then get started on both those projects. And yeah, I think also finish stuff up from last week. I think I want to start being more quick to add things to my Etsy shop, and so I have a few things I need to add there. And then editing studio vlog and listing things on Poshmark. And yeah, we just got a lot to do today, but that's fine. I'm excited. All right, hello. I thought I'd explain the project that I'm going to be doing next. I going to be making some art for my sister for her birthday. Her birthday's this weekend, so I should probably like get on that or something. Okay, so one of the things, so I guess the inspiration for this is this piece that I finished. It's a textile piece that's, I think this was either in this vlog or the last vlog. When I showed it to my sister, she was like, that's awesome, you should make me one. And wanted the subject, instead of an eye, to be a teacup. So, we're gonna do that. I need to find a frame first that'll work. I was thinking, I have this one, which has some like cool like edges to it. And yeah, I think it would be cool to do some sort of background, maybe painted, that goes behind the glass, and then make a textile teacup that goes on top of the glass. And maybe kind of have it like a still life kind of vibe. So I think I'll do some sketches or at least find some teacup inspiration, and then yeah, get to work. Okay, I have the basic design down for the teacup. It's gonna be this guy. My idea is each like different part will be a different color of fabric, except for the leaves. I think I'm gonna paint those on. I have to remind myself that like, yeah, this is textile art, but it's not clothing, so I can paint on it. And then I think also I am going to paint on like the tiny details, probably some like gold accents, and whatnot. But for now, I think we're gonna get started on the mug. I think I need to make a bigger sketch. That's gonna be like the actual size, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, it is now VoiceOver Alley here to tell you what I am doing. First things first, I'm drawing out a larger sketch. This will be the size of the actual piece, onto some white fabric with a fabric pen. This is going to be the base and where I like kind of sew everything onto. I then am picking out the fabrics that I want and cutting them to roughly the size that I need them to be. I'm going through all my old my scrap fabric bins. I find a piece of lace that I'm going to use in a cool way later, you'll see. And yeah, just kind of looking through, trying to find pieces that I think will work well, and we'll go with the piece. Once I find all the scraps that I want, I am going to be ironing them onto some iron-on adhesive. This iron-on adhesive is specifically for sewing on top of. It's the like lightweight one. So it's not, so I still have to sew on top of it in order to keep it, yeah. But I do this so that I can make sure everything is where I want it to be. It makes the sewing process a heck of a lot easier. And then after I do that, I start cutting out the fabric into the shape I want. It takes me a bit to realize that to remember that I actually have a light box, and it actually worked perfect for tracing out all the little pieces of the fabric that I was needing. But once I did that, then I started, then I, cut everything out, and I started piecing everything together. And, the one piece that I didn't iron on is the little piece of velvet, because I didn't want it to be crushed velvet. So that I kind of just placed where I wanted to, and it worked fine. Now onto my sewing machine. I have a free motion embroidery needle, or not needle, oh my gosh, foot. There we go. And I can go more into detail if people want to on like free motion embroidery. It's basically just where instead of the machine pushing the fabric, I move the fabric, and so I can move it wherever I want.
But yeah, I'm just kind of sewing that. And then later I'm going to paint on the leaves. And that ends up being the only thing I paint. But yeah. Oh, and I changed the color thread for like each thing because I didn't want the same color of thread on each little item. So yeah, then I cut it all out and we're good to go. Okay, so for the green for the flowers, I have this nice sage green. And then for the details, which I'm a little bit nervous about because I'm not entirely sure exactly what I want to do, I have this Martha Stewart's Living gold glittery specialty finish. I don't have any other metallic gold things. So and this one's, oh, I don't know. I think this is actually has gone bad. So instead of that, we're gonna use some yellow ochre. And ooh, I also might not even do the yellow. I might just do the green. So we'll start with that and see how it looks. Then I'm gonna pick the smallest brush I can possibly find. And we're just gonna go right in. Alright, here she is. I still need to glue on the teacup, but oh my god, I'm so excited with how it's turning out. I think I'm going to just use Mod Podge for the lace, and then I might use wood glue again for the teacup. I don't want the wood glue to decolor the lace since it's pretty thin, so I think Mod Podge is the best bet for that. So yeah, I'm gonna glue it to the glass and then it'll be done. Woohoo!